What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out a video from a channel called Anglo-Maniac entitled This is Britain School. I believe what we're going to see here is what it's like in a day at a British school. I really wanted to check this out specifically after we recently did a tour of a school in Britain.
A private school.
A private school.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to see like what they were doing on a daily basis. We got to see like what the buildings looked like. And we saw a little bit of like what they were doing in terms of, I don't know, the different like, subjects and the athletics and things like that. But I want to know what it's like for a kid to actually start their day and go to school and just kind of see what they're doing a little bit.
Britain.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is a state school. Hopefully we get to see the other side maybe.
I'm guessing because the one we checked out was, we call them private schools.
Yeah.
I get so confused on like what they're called in the UK.
Public.
I think it's a public school.
Yeah, a public school that's private, maybe.
And the one that you're hoping we're looking at is a state school, I believe, which what we would call a public school, which is what the average kid goes to, I guess. Most kids go to public schools, and I believe in the UK as well. Most kids probably go to state schools. Okay, we're probably mixing up these terms, but I think you get what we're saying. This is a pretty short video, guys, so let's just go ahead and jump in here and check out This is Britain School.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm 11 years old. I live in Walthamstow, in the south of England. This is my school day. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Chiddy. What's the time? It's 8:30.
I wonder what year this
Jamie.
was.
See you at school. Bye.
Wait, that's true. He just said 8:30. What time do y'all start school?
Okay, that seems late. Like here 7:50, right? Or
well,
7:45.
Usually it starts at 8, but you got to be there a little before, obviously.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
But,
do you guys start at 9?
Yeah, because he's not at school and it's 8:30.
I am so jealous if that's true.
Yeah,
because
that is super late.
For young kids especially, I think that would be so much better.
It would be. That would be way better.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay.
This is Annette. She's a
lollipop lady.
Lollipop lady.
She helps us cross the road.
Why do they call her a lollipop lady?
Did you not just see it?
Is it the sign?
The sign.
I think that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Stick.
Okay.
Aww.
Lollipop lady.
Here we call it like crossing guard or something.
I don't even see one anymore. Like
cities usually.
Cities have them. Yeah, that's true. We don't.
You go, Annette.
This is my school. Forest School.
Uniform.
We wear a school uniform.
Which is different than most schools.
Very much different, yeah. That's something we kind of already knew, though.
See you at 3:30. Bye, Mrs. Holt.
Okay, so they get out at 3:15.
3:15. I wish I knew what time it started exactly. I think it might be 9. Which is kind of crazy.
Wait.
At
8:50. An hour later.
An hour later than here. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
That's awesome.
Yes, I like that. Now, maybe not all of you have had 8:50 start times with your kids or whatever, but like, if you did, that's pretty awesome.
I just realized it's 3:30, 3:30 or 3:15?
3:30, 3:30.
Okay, then 3:30.
A 3:15 would be 3:15.
We don't say it like that usually, so.
I say 3:15, 3:30.
Yeah.
Did she say 3:30 is when they get out? Mm-hmm. Okay, so they stay later. I mean, that makes sense. So, all right, I think, is the time of day, like the amount of hours still about the same? Close to it. We go
close, I would say
7:50 to 2:50ish.
Yeah,
I think 2:45, 2:50. I can't remember, but something like that. We just show up early, so
usually it like in high school it'd be 8 to 3.
Yeah, that's true.
50 with class registration.
Class registration.
Good morning, Mrs. Bristow.
Good morning, Anne Harrod.
Good morning, Miss Bristow.
Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning, Miss Bristow.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Mrs. Bristow.
Good morning, Chiddy.
Good morning, Mrs. Bristow.
Aww.
Now it's assembly.
Assembly.
Oh, like a little morning meeting.
Every day?
Yeah, that's surprising that it'll be every day.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mrs. Brown.
Thank you. Please turn to number 55 in your hymn books.
In your hymn books?
Really?
Please stand quietly.
1 starts at 9:30. Today, it's art.
So
That's a fun way to start your day.
So it switches around?
With art. Yeah, because you have different specials.
That's true, yeah. Well, Sophia does the same thing. Different special, different days.
Wow.
Jamie, can you pass the paint, please?
Here you are.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. All these kids are so polite.
Yeah.
Well-mannered.
Our daughter is too.
Tidy up now, please.
She is, but I feel like that's not usually the norm here.
Skip rope?
It's 10:30. It's break time. I play games with my friends in the playground.
Okay.
Oh.
This is much different. Very different. Do you notice the difference?
What do you mean?
Okay, when we were seeing the tour of that school, and they had every ages from, I think it said 2, but it was definitely like kindergarten
But
ages
they're
and
not
whatnot.
all together.
I know, but hear me out. We saw the playground area, and we were like, "Where's the playground equipment?" And I didn't see any playground equipment here, and I'm thinking, didn't see playground equipment over there. So now I'm curious: is that the norm in most like younger schools, elementary schools? You're not going to see
Right.
playground equipment because
That's interesting. Or would that be at like a park or something, not at the school?
here most elementary schools, I've never actually seen an elementary school that didn't have the big playground, slides, swings.
Right.
That's the thing they normally go and do, jungle gyms.
They
and stuff.
also have like kickballs
Yeah.
and jump ropes and like things like that. But yeah, that's a good point. I didn't see that here
Yeah,
either.
so I'm not
But
sure.
this is a little bit older grades, so like, but I didn't see it at the younger ones.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah, exactly.
the other school.
So it makes me wonder if that's
If-
the norm or
yeah.
if that is just something on certain schools.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And Harrod, we're going to play it. Can I play? Of course.
You never see hopscotch anymore, by the
That's
way.
the end of break.
I do.
It's
Really?
10:45. Today, lesson 2 is ICT.
Oh, look at the computers.
My
Yeah.
favourite.
That's supposed to be old.
Miss Watts, can you help me, please?
Yes, what is it?
I want this red, not black.
Okay. Do this. And then do this.
Oh, now it's red. Thanks, Miss Watts.
Looks like a good lunch. Look at the fresh
Listen.
salad.
The singing.
It's 12:15, lunchtime. I eat lunch in the canteen with my friends.
In the canteen. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh.
It would be cafeteria here.
Cafeteria, but like at summer camp, it was called the canteen, which is
So
interesting.
I find this interesting too. They were just singing,
Mm-hmm.
and they started their school day with singing. Remember that?
The vibe at this school, at least in this time period, seemed very like positive. And
Yeah, very much so.
happy.
Very much so.
Aw.
Can I have pasta and salad, please?
Are they singing that in the cafeteria? Sounds like it.
What have you got for lunch in Harrod? I've got ham and salad sandwiches, a banana, and a packet of crisps. Can I have a crisp, please? Of course.
Aww. Tesco.
Tesco.
Thanks. Cheese and onion, my favourite.
This almost seems like a rehearsed
Okay.
thing, like a script kind of.
After lunch, we play in the playground. Lesson 3
So they had
starts
another
at 1:15.
playground
Today,
session.
it's science.
Wait, I want to go back and see. Do you see any like?
Playground equipment?
Yeah.
No.
After lunch, we play in the playground.
Okay, that is something I'm very curious about because I have not seen playground equipment at a school
Lesson
yet.
3 starts at 1:15. Today, it's science.
Lesson 3.
Lesson 3.
It's 3:15. The end of the school
what's
day.
3:15?
That's right.
Time to go home.
I loved this.
Yeah, I did too.
It was really fun to see the differences and the similarities between British schools and U.S. schools. Obviously, there's differences between every school, but it was nice to see like a little glimpse. And I think the thing that surprised me the most was the start time. I don't know if that's universal for all schools in the UK, but 9 a.m. is different than here.
I wish that was the case here. But I've never seen a school that started later than 8.
Yeah.
They generally start at 8 or maybe 7:45, somewhere in that range. And I feel like it's unfortunate, especially for younger kids, because it can be hard to get enough sleep, especially at those times, at the ages of elementary school kids, they need like 9-10 hours sleep usually. And to get that and have to wait, some kids, if they live out in the country, they have to wake up at like 5 or 5:30 to catch a bus. Thankfully our daughter, we take her to school, so that's not a big deal, but still, a lot of kids suffer because they have to wake up so early.
And then you have like after school activities and stuff that goes until bedtime sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
I think the thing that surprised me the most is the fact that I didn't see any playground equipment. Now, granted, again, just like the start time, that may or may not be universal across the UK, but that is something I'm curious about, guys, because so far, when I've seen the handful of times I've seen anything to do with a British school, elementary school wise, like this time and the tour we recently checked out, I haven't seen anything like slides or swings or anything like jungle gyms.
That's a good point. I probably wouldn't even have given it a thought. I would have just assumed maybe the camera didn't show it.
Right.
But yeah, now that we've seen 2 at recess time, it does kind of surprise me.
And I feel, off the top of my head, I can't think of when this would be, but I feel like I've seen other schools, not in depth, not like looking at day in the life or even a tour, but I've seen like British schools from a distance or whatnot, and I don't feel like I've seen any playground equipment on them either.
Not that they really need it. Obviously, they don't look like they're suffering for it.
But it's just something completely different if that's the case, because here in the U.S., swing, slides, jungle gyms, that is very commonplace. But also, guys, it was interesting to see the singing. Is that something else that's universal as well, or is that just something from this school? Because I thought that was awesome. It's what a great uplifting way to start the day.
Morning,
and then I'm not sure if that was them singing in the lunchroom. Again, the canteen, is that what it's called? I've actually never heard something called a canteen outside of military type.
Summer camp. It was
summer camp.
Canteen.
I feel like I've generally heard that described as a cafeteria, but we grew up in different areas. Yeah. So maybe the Midwest calls those canteens and we just call them cafeterias. Like whether it's a hospital, a school, a camp, anywhere that had a lunch area, it was always called a cafeteria. And so now I'm curious if this is just known, the canteen is known to be what you call the lunch area for just a school, or if that's what you call the lunch area for a hospital and a camp and all those things as well. It'd be interesting to see if that term for the lunch area is universal or not.
Yeah, but I like this. I want to know more. I want to see more.
I do too.
This is a fun topic.
I'd also like to look at what it's like for a British high schooler to go to school. I believe this was
11-year-old.
Do you think this was a state school, or do you think this was the private? Oh my goodness, what do you call the difference there?
Public.
Yeah, public, right?
I don't know. I was originally thinking state school, but then when they had more like a religious hymn in the morning,
that's true.
I thought maybe it might be like a private type school, but
have no idea. But definitely the high school version would be much different. So I definitely like to look at that as well. But guys, this was interesting. Definitely saw quite a few differences, at least based off this school, than what we're used to here in the U.S. Let us know in the comments. Is this similar to what you experienced in your school, or what your kids or grandkids experienced in their schools? But I think that's it for today. Yeah. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, peace.
Bye.